Hey everyone, I'm Angeline right here at etrailer. Today we're taking a look at how this Yakima Roof Rack fits and installs here on this 2024 Volkswagen Taos. If you're looking to carry around, let's say a roof box or some kayaks or even a rooftop tent on your Taos, this might be a really good option for you. Now this Taos has raised rails, which is why we have the TimberLine Towers. So double check your vehicle and make sure that you know what's on your roof to make sure that you get the right fit for your roof. And you can also use our fit guide here at etrailer where you put in your year, make, model, and then you can see all the options for custom fit, confirmed fits for your car. Focusing on the Yakima TimberLines though, these are going to be a really sleek looking, aerodynamic, but also very easy to install roof rack because of their strap design. There's just a couple brands out there that have the strap that goes around the raised rail and then cinches in. Yes, it's a rubberized strap, but inside there is going to be a metal strap that's giving you that support. What we have today are the 50-inch crossbars, which is the recommended fit from Yakima and our recommended fit as well. If you ask me personally though, I would actually go with the 60-inch crossbars. Those are going to sit a little bit further out. They'll still be fun. They won't take up too much room on your Taos, but then they'll give you a lot more options for overhang and mounting things. The thing with larger bars though is depending on where you put them on your roof, you might knock your head against them when you get into the car. So secure those bars wisely. If you're looking for that sleek look, the 50 inches one, which is what we have here, is the way to go. Depending on where on the roof you have it set up, as well as how you have it set up, you will have a different length of overhang. So overhang is from the tower to right before the end cap. I currently have about 2 inches, but some people have it set up where they have about an inch or so. So not as much where you could mount things around that overhang. So I would always recommend, if this is your setup, try to get some channel mounted accessories that will mount on top of the crossbar instead of around, and then you get to use all of that crossbar space. And if you clamp things around the crossbars, you may also want to consider the space from the crossbars to the roof. Are you going to scratch your roof up? So if I measure right over here, I have around 2 3/4 inches. That's going to change because your roof is curved. That's on the smaller side for clamp space. This will work if you have those thin strap style clamps, but large U-bolts and wing nuts might not clear. The next thing people want to know is, well, how much height will this add to the Taos? So from the roof to the top of the crossbar, I have it just past 4 inches and, actually maybe just before 4 inches. And that's going to be pretty low, pretty sleek. Your Taos is close to the ground, so I'm not worried about garage clearance unless you put a big old roof box or some kayaks on there, and that's when you'll really have to measure. If you're carrying a bunch of different types of things though, the good news is that you have versatile crossbar spread because of your raised rails. You can put your crossbars wherever you want to put them as long as they fit within the space. So crossbar spread is from one crossbar to the other. I currently have it at 27 inches because that's a good in-between number to carry a lot of things. It sits where those pillars are, so I'm less likely to hit my head on the bars. But you can push this out as far as around 44 inches apart, which is pretty impressive depending on what you want to carry. And if you have a longer box or a longer kayak, that's something that you may want to do. What actually happened is that I have a friend that has a Volkswagen Taos, and she really wanted to carry around 2 kayaks on the weekend. And she also had a hitch added to her vehicle because she was pulling a little kayak trailer with all the other gear. So she wanted me to figure out what roof rack was going to work for her. She liked Yakima because she had other Yakima accessories. Yakima's been around for a while, and they've always been known as a premium, solid brand. What we did have to workshop was the right length of bar to carry what she needed. So I actually went ahead and got the 60-inch ones for her, and that worked out, especially since the kayak carrier she got was channel mounted. So remember those clearance things? We didn't have to worry about any of that. So she got exactly what she needed for her adventure. And that's the most important thing here at etrailer, making sure that you have what you need for your journey. So if at any point you're not sure which of the options you might need, which one's better, please give us a call. We'd love to help you get sorted out, whether it's the roof rack or the things you want to put on top of the roof rack so that you can go on your trips. So if this was the roof rack that seemed interesting to you, what we saw was the 50-inch Jetstream bars and the TimberLine Towers. If you want to see how I got it put on our vehicle today, stick around. The installation all starts with your pieces for your tower, just because this is the part that confuses people a lot. So you're gonna have this plastic piece, and this came with your crossbars. So go ahead and pop those in. And you're also gonna wanna get that block, and that goes on the top. You're then gonna go underneath the tower, and when you push the strap in, you'll reveal that bolt, which you can then use to tighten down that block to the tower. So go ahead until your tool torques. Well, actually not yet. Just loosely thread that on, because this is then gonna go on your crossbar. Here we are with our crossbar. Notice there's gonna be a taller end and then a tapered end, which is going to be the back. So we're gonna start by removing the end caps and then sliding our towers in. You'll want both towers all set up with their bars, and then you wanna make sure that those straps, see that opening? That there's opening facing out. Go ahead and pop those end caps back in. And here's when we get to torque that middle bolt down. You'll still be able to slide the tower around on the crossbar, but this will make sure that that connection is tight. And now your crossbars go onto the roof. So the goal here is that you want the towers far apart enough where you can carry a bunch of different things, but not too far where you then round or wander into where the rails are angled downwards. So I found that right where your posts between your doors is a pretty good spot. It's gonna be a tight fit, but your straps will fit around the rail. And while it's tempting to push the towers flat against the curve of your rails, we're actually gonna have this a bit more towards the center. That's how you get the best fit with that strap. Strap goes around, and then you're then going to adjust to have the same amount of overhang on each side. Once you have your towers in a spot you like, then go ahead and tighten them down with 2 bolts. So this bolt at the bottom is for the strap, and that's what cinches the strap around the rail. The bolt on the top is for the tower to the crossbar, and that's what compresses those two together. If you notice that there's a little bit of a gap, you need to tighten that bolts down. So continue going on until your tool clicks, showing that it's torqued. What I then do is check all the towers and all the bolts, making sure they're all torqued, and then you can put the tower caps on. So these will fit into the grooves and click into place. If you purchase a separate pack of Yakima SKS or same key system lock cores, that's when you can switch out those plastic pieces for those lock cores. That's just if you want everything keyed alike. Otherwise, on its own like this, very secure. And that's gonna be it for your installation. You can now load up your roof rack and hit the road with all of your gear. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. You saw it right here on a 2024 Volkswagen Taos.